here on behalf of the Drug-Free Action Alliance. Marcie, thank you so much. So yes, as somebody who spent 10 years at the Office of Management and Budget and the Executive Office of the President, I am trained to recognize good and bad social policy, economic policy, and voodoo economics. And make no mistake about it, this medical pot initiative is bad policy, it's bad economic policy, it's bad social policy. Why do I say that? Well, in the past 2 years nationally, daily marijuana use among youth has gone up 20%. This is daily marijuana use among 12th graders, from 5.6% in 2010 to 6.6% in 2012. And the researcher who does that research every year, Lloyd Johnston, Monitoring the Future, says that because kids are viewing marijuana as medicine and not as having any dangers or any negative associations, they're using it more, and the kids who use it more and more, and daily use is unacceptable. In fact, kids who use marijuana daily in the 12th grade are virtually rendering themselves unemployable. They cannot possibly pass a pre-employment drug test. And I think that's the word we need to get to parents and students. Okay, this is really a big deal. In addition, we need Ohioans to be smarter and more competitive, not stupider and less competitive. And a new study that has come out within the past year shows that early, persistent marijuana users actually lose 8 points on their IQ permanently. So they were tested at 13 for their IQ. They were monitored on how much and how soon they started using marijuana, retested at the IQ levels at 38, permanently lost 8 points. That would take an average person with 100 IQ, which is average, down to the lower third of the IQ range. I don't think Ohio can afford to have more and more and more kids that really are not going to show up for work, not be employable, not be able to graduate from college. So I guess I'd like to end by saying this is really voodoo economics, folks. This is not going to bring in any tax revenue for the state. In fact, it's going to be a very costly economic mistake. Why do I say that? Well, let's look at the 2 legal products that are now available, alcohol and tobacco. They're both taxed and regulated, and you know what? They cost each about $200 billion a year in social costs every single year. And they bring in $1 in tax revenue for every $10 they cost society. Make no mistake, it would be no different with marijuana. This would cost your state much more money than you could ever make on it. So I'll end by saying, bad policy for Ohio. This is not a panacea for anything that ails the state. In fact, it would be a massive disaster for your economy. Thank you.